You know what? Is it just me, or do F5Cs just not flare or look around whatsoever? Because launching this AIM-9 Jade, it was like incredibly easy. Like, he didn't even look around at all. He was just going down and died. This is the J35D. It is a rank 7 fighter for Sweden. Its armament consists of 4 RB-24Js and 2 Akan M55 30mm autocannons. Those cannons are mounted right next to the intakes on the wings. The Draken is an interesting plane with its double delta wing design and the fact that it was the first plane in the world to delay very well. The Draken's flight model got changed sometime before the Danger Zone update in June of 2022. Before the update, the Draken's flight model was quite different in the fact that it could pull high AOA at higher speeds compared to now where it pulls way less AOA at high speeds. The Draken is an interesting plane because it was made around the same time as the MiG-21 when that was in service with the Russian military, and it could stand its own, and it was designed to defend Sweden while also taking off from runways which were made from the Swedish highways. And it was designed for scrambling off of the highways and intercepting Russian bombers and such really quickly just to defend their homeland. Is the Draken still competitive in a War Thunder? Well, that depends what BR bracket you get put between. If you get put between 9-7 and 10-7, you are quite effective, except you can't really dodge AIM-9Ls from like tornadoes and such, like A6Es and A10s. They're kind of a bit impossible to dodge. Same with SU-25s and the R60Ms. The J35D is a peculiar kind of plane, considering it has no AOA at high speeds, but it can keep its speed even though it is a delta wing, which seem to bleed speed quite easily, kind of like the MiG-21s. However, it does bleed speed in the same kind of manner at high speeds as a J7E, which is also a double delta wing, but it is on the MiG-21's design, its airframe, and it uses its engine, and it is quite capable with its missiles too. But that is at a higher BR, and the J35D has the boring old AIM-9Js and 2 autocannons which don't have any traces whatsoever, so it's incredibly hard to aim them. And when you do hit them, it is very fun though. Launching missiles at planes which know that you're there is kind of stupid because they just one flare your AIM-9Js, but things like that aviate there just literally die by one missile. And this A10 here should have died, but didn't die because of a combination of my plane's lack of AOA and potato. The J35D is just one of those peculiar planes that the Swedes made in the mid-20th century. It is also one of those planes that is in the record books for doing a Cobra. It's like the first one too, and it's just really weird as a plane. It's not anywhere close to all of the planes America and the Soviet Union were making at the time. It's just incredibly weird with its double delta design, and it was also the first supersonic plane made in Europe, which is a first because it also beat the Soviets and the Brits to making a supersonic plane. The Draken in War Thunder, it is quite interesting to fly considering its missiles aren't the best and it doesn't pull the best AOA at high speeds, but below something like 600 kilometers an hour you pull incredibly tightly and literally waste all of your speed, and then you're just a sitting duck just floating there in the sky ready to be gunned or missiles since you don't have any flares at all. Its playstyle is also quite interesting because you don't just go in and dogfight. You go through the furball and shoot missiles and shoot guns and just fly away and then turn around and come all the way back. A bit like an F104 in a sense, but not nearly as fast. it's also quite a bit harder to aim the guns, but the guns do a lot more damage when you hit. The Draken is just one of those planes that doesn't get nearly as much attention because of the plane that comes after it in the tech tree, which is the J37C and J37D. These planes are way ahead in terms of people playing them because they have more missiles, they have flares, and they are at a higher battle rating like the F-16 and the MiG-29, which are 12.0. The Draken in War Thunder is overall just a decent plane, but it kind of suffers just a bit with Su-25, A-10, and basically spam, and it especially suffered during the Event Tornado spam. And that's all.